Hello and welcome to Beachhead on the Commodore 64. As you can see, released in 1983 by Access Software, distributed by US Gold. Right, let's get started. I'll just play skill level 1 because I'm probably pretty shit at this, to be honest, but I haven't played it for a while. Right, this is let's get started. I think I had the wrong there we go. Right, this is a sort of naval warfare game, but with a couple of other bits thrown in. At the top right of the screen you can see my little armada. Now, if I just stop for a second, at the bottom left of the screen there's a little flashing dot, that's my objective. Now, if I go through this gap here, you can see there's another armada at the bottom of the screen, just above where it says level 1. That's the enemy armada, and they're going to take me on if I get too close to them. So what I'm going to do is, and they will catch me. They will come out to meet me if I go through this gap here. So what I want to do is catch them off guard by going in this back route, which is this flashing, black flashing area, which I'm heading towards now. Now this is a back canyon into the combat area. What you've got to do is avoid these mines, or I think the torpedoes. They're just, obviously it's not terribly realistic this game, but torpedoes that are going back and forth, and avoid all the mines in between. And try to get as many of your ships through as possible. As long as you get at least one ship through, you can continue with the game. If any of your ships get hit, then obviously you've got less ships to progress the rest of the game with. Now, when this game came out, I remember, I think this is quite an early game I played on the 64. I think it was a lot of people quite like this game because there is a lot of different sort of stages, and it's not a multi-load or anything. Oops, this guy's. It's not a multi-load, so there's not big gaps in the where you're sitting around doing nothing. It's it's quite a busy game. Now the individual sections themselves, none of them are brilliant to play. I mean they're okay, they're fun enough, but there's nothing gobsmacking, I think. Graphically, it was okay for its time. I think it was quite good for its time, even. But obviously, it's a bit dated. It looks a bit sparse now. Oops. I think the sound effects are quite good, actually. There's no music in the game, which is a bit of a shame. But considering the era that it came out in, it's probably best there was no music. There's not a lot of good musicians kicking around at that time. The sound effects themselves are okay. They're not bad at all, really. Just a little sparse. I think we're almost through here. What I'll do is I think I'll just actually just cut a few ships off, just to speed things along a little bit. Now I used to also play this on my friend's C64 Spectrum. The Spectrum version was quite good as well. I think it's converted by Ocean again. They used to convert most of these US Gold games for some reason on the Spectrum. Right, now that you can see that we've taken this guy by surprise, what it does is, by doing it this way, it makes the next section, this section here, a lot shorter. The enemy's not ready to take you on. Now this section is, you take control of a naval gun, anti-aircraft gun, just try and take out some enemy planes before they destroy your armada. At the bottom right, it says damage 04, that's my current ship damage. When a ship gets destroyed, you move to the next ship. Well, you lose a ship basically, and just carry on. Now, you can see you can't just keep hand fire. You've got to watch you don't wear your ammunition down too fast, because it takes a while to build up again. I guess it's like heat really. Your guns overheat and you can't fire as fast. It's never really explained, I think. You see the graphics are quite simple, but you know, they're do the job. Functional for sure. Right, this section you've got to sink all the ships. Obviously you want to get this carrier first because it's moving. It tells you whether your range is too short or long. I think each half degree of elevation is it works out to be 100 meters. So I'm quite a bit short here. Now eventually these other ships will destroy you. So you've got to not take too long to do this. Oh. This should be it, I think. Right. I've got one ship down. Still quite a bit short here. I think this is quite a good level. I think it's quite tense, this level. Because you can only do it so fast, but you know the enemies also ranging you out as well. Come on, come on. Oh, you bastard. I mean, it's quite a replaying value in the game because there's there's more difficulty levels. So I'm just playing the easiest one, but there's if you're feeling more ambitious, you can try the harder levels. Come on. Now, this, a couple of years after this came out, I think, or there was a sequel game, Beachhead 2, which, I'll be honest, there's not much, I don't know why it's called Beachhead 2. I mean, it's a good game, for sure, but it doesn't really have much in common with this game. I mean, some people might think that's not a bad thing, but I think the biggest problem I had with Beachhead 2 was the multi-loads, which was actually quite horrendous on cassette. I did own it, but it was quite a good game for its time though, but arguably better on disc. So here we are, we've now landed, we've got a beach landing, we've now got some tanks on the beach, so we've got to navigate our way past the enemy defences, get to the fortress. Now I've got plenty of tanks, so I can't really see that myself not completing this, but we'll see. And again, the graphics are they are not great, but they're functional. The sound effects are okay. Again, a bit sparse, but you know, I don't think they're bad by any means. Ah, you bastard! I knew it was going to get me. Now the only thing about this is that it takes you back to the start of the level, which gets a bit annoying. The levels aren't very long, but it is a bit frustrating for sure. Especially if you get to the fortress and don't complete them when you first go there, then you've got to send another tank out, which means negotiating all these levels again. Well, this level again. Right, well I'm probably going to bring this video to a close soon. So let's summarise. I mean it's quite a short game, but the gameplay is okay. There's enough variation in the levels. The levels are short enough that, you know, even if you don't like a particular one, you know, it doesn't last very long. So I couldn't fault it for that really. The only I was trying to concentrate there. I think it's just because the game's so short. I think that's its main drawback. But it was good for its time, I think. Okay, here we have to destroy the little windows in order before the turret turns around and shoots us. Now, unfortunately, you never get enough time really to do it, so you've got to send another tank out, I'm afraid. But that is basically the end of the game, is that fortress with the big gun on it. So I can't really show you, there's nothing else in the game I can show you. This is pretty much the whole game. Yeah, it's a simplistic game, and it's dated for sure, but I think it's okay. I think I'll give it 5 out of 10, which is not a bad score, not a good score. It's a fairly average score, and this is an average game. You know, there's nothing great to shout about, and there's nothing really bad to you know, dislike. I think 5's a fair score. And I'll just see if I can get to the end of the level, but I'm not getting my hopes up. There's a bit of randomness and variation in this level. You can see gun placements appear in different places on different times. It's not always the same every time you play it. That was a lucky shot. Right, I don't know, I might be able to defeat the fortress here. Oh, I was one shot away, I think. Right, that's all I'm going to show you. I could go through the level again, but I don't see any point. So that's Beachhead for you. 5 out of 10, I think. It's an okay game still.